Well, hey there, Aries. This one is take two because the first one, I don't know, I was stumbling all over my words. I couldn't get it together. We're going to get it together this time. Okay, this one is your weekly reading for April 14th to the 17th, which I hope is Monday to Thursday, okay? I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings to get you through your weekend. And that's pretty much it. We're doing a spread that I used to do all the time before I started doing the Celtic Cross every week, just for something different, more for me than anybody. I just wanted to do something different, so we'll see how it plays out. All right, this one is for my Aries, okay? All right, Aries, here we go. We're starting with the Tower. Okay, and then I have the Page of Swords, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. All right, and that's your recent past or backstory. Currently, I have you with the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. In the near future, we're looking at the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, for this reading, the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So the undercurrent to this entire reading has something to do with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is incredibly nurturing, can be somewhat maternal, very intuitive, somewhat psychic. They have a tendency to be very empathetic, okay? Their empathy often gets them in trouble. They excuse other people's bad behavior because they try to see it from their point of view. And although they wouldn't have dealt with it the same way, possibly, they kind of get it, so they let them off the hook. So I don't know if that's how this is playing in, but we'll see when we get through the reading. But that's what's the undercurrent to all this, okay? The card at the center of your read, so from almost every direction, like the center spot in tic-tac-toe, it plays into the equation from almost every direction, is the Ace of Pentacles. So the focus right now at the center of whatever's going on has something to do with a new opportunity, okay? And I feel like it's somehow attached to money, really. So I don't know if you have a new job opportunity or a new job idea, but there's something here that's at the center of this whole deal that has to do with that, okay? Okay, so in this read, I got to start from the beginning, which is the past. So let's see what we got. Okay, so we're starting with the Tower, the Page of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Well, we all know what the Tower is nowadays. There was something here in the recent past that needed to obviously come down. It came down over some sort of clarity that was gained. Okay, so I don't know that this is a relationship like a romantic relationship. This almost feels like this is more of a work situation than a romantic relationship. I'm open to whatever Spirit brings forward to talk about, but that's kind of how this feels. It feels like possibly there was some sort of a work partnership or a work situation. Clarity came forward, so maybe you were somehow being deceived or you were deceiving somebody in the workplace, whichever way that goes. The clarity coming forward caused the Tower to fall. I feel like you were very invested in this situation. You had basically put your heart and soul into it, or a lot of hard work into it. Anyways, we couldn't change these three cards no matter how hard we tried. We could twinkle our nose all 10 yards. Doesn't work. Because this is the past, okay? This has already happened. I'm trying to see if I could see this from a romantic angle, but this really feels more work-related, or money-related at any rate. Anyways, we can't change this. It's already happened. But however this played out for you is what's affecting the rest of this reading, okay? Because that's the backstory going into this reading. Okay, so that's the past. So the Tower fell over some kind of clarity coming in. I'm just not clear on if it was brought in about you or to you. But either way, we'll keep going. All right, so currently you're sitting with the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. So when I said you put a lot of hard work or you're very invested into whatever the situation was right here, you're still manifesting success within this situation. It's not like they've thrown you out of it. But there's a new opportunity. And you're going to, I feel like what's at play right now is there's somebody that wants to be involved in this new opportunity, and it's whether or not you forgive them and let them back in. Because it's whoever caused this Tower back here, or whoever that involved, is trying to come back towards you to be involved in this new opportunity. I almost feel like you manifested this person back into the situation so you could tell them no. I know that's a weird take, but that's what I feel like. It's like they hurt you back here, and so you pulled them back in so you could throw them out. If it's not your story, it's not your story, but that's how I feel about this. And the Queen of Cups being there is because you pretended like you were empathetic, but you never forgot whatever happened. Huh. Okay, let's keep going, see how it plays in. In the near future, I have 8 of Wands, which is all about communication. 9 of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. And then the 5 of Pentacles is all about leaving somebody out in the cold. I think that's what happened here. And this was your wish. Which is, I don't encourage this, okay? I don't encourage people to go out and get even on your own. You're not supposed to. Spirit's supposed to take care of that. That's their big job, one of them. You know, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, or whatever. But sometimes you just can't help yourself, huh? Because that's how this looks to me. This looks like, I'm not saying you completely manipulated the situation, but you completely manipulated the situation, it looks like, to pull this person back in so you could leave them out in the cold. And it's because they messed with you up here. I do feel now that this tower, it was clarity that came in. It could have been something that you were doing deceitful, but this person's the person came forward and told on you. Like the two of you were doing something. I don't know. That's how it feels almost like. I'm not saying you were an angel and totally in the clear up here, okay? But whatever it was, still. You've waited for your chance to get even is how I feel about this. Okay, 4 of Swords and the 2 of Cups. The partnership between you and this person that hurt you in the past and all this other stuff playing out, it was a destined union. I mean, it was something that was meant to be. As far as the two of you were meant to come together. And you did. And you can't say that you didn't learn a lesson from them, right? So, I mean, they did what they were supposed to do, obviously. I'm not so sure that you were supposed to go after him like this, but, you know, whatever. You didn't. I think you just set a trap and they fell in it, really. You've been trying really hard to heal from this, but it's like you just couldn't get over that hump until you knew that they were... Okay. Weird take on the whole thing, but this is what I got for you guys this week. This is how it's coming through to me. Okay. Let me see what else I got, and we'll close it out. What do we got? I've got the 2 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Swords. This is all about a truth. This is the sword of truth. With the 2 of Pentacles, somebody was playing both sides, is what was happening here, and I don't think it was you. An example, and I don't think this is what it is for most of you, but this is like somebody who was your, I don't know, we'll just say we're dealing with the mob, okay? This was somebody who was your partner in crime or something, you know what I'm saying? And then they decided to go turn evidence on. That's the kind of thing this is, but I think it's more work-related, like a real job, 9-to-5 thing. That's just how my head goes. But something along those lines. So somebody was playing both sides. The good side, the bad side, or however you want to look at that. You finding out, no matter how much you suffered when this tower fell, you found out in the nick of time to stop it from being way worse than it could have been. Way worse. And that was Spirit almost stepping in. So it was the Wheel of Fortune, like it was, could have been a lot worse, okay? Whatever you went through could have been much, much worse if it had been a different timing deal. And this feels like this is you getting your vengeance so you can close the door on it. Like I said, I don't recommend that. That's not the way this is supposed to play out, but that is what I see in these cards. And I don't think that all of you guys are drug dealers or mobsters or nothing. I'm just saying that was the quickest thing that came to my mind. I've only got so many minutes to try to explain things to you. But it's, I don't know, maybe y'all were stealing staplers and paper at work, okay? And you were doing it together, and so they went and told. Something like that. Okay, they got caught and told on you. So that you ended up in trouble. But they didn't realize you guys were really taking computers, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the week before. So when you got in trouble, it was the right time to only be in a little bit of trouble. It's kind of how this plays out in my mind. But you are getting even. That's what I have for you this week. There you go. Okay, sorry, that's what I got. All right, you guys, take care. There you go.